Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another panel discussion through a series called Ray Talks, brought to you by RayConsulting. This series is an extension of Agrivision and hear from the leaders. We started this journey on 25th of April and today is just 10th June. We're excited that in less than 40 days, this is our 8th panel discussion, back to back. In fact, we had, after 25th April, we had a gap of almost 20 to 25 days because we had to prepare the rest of the processes and the discussions. And I thank each one of the panelists who has come to conversation with me. Each one of you have added immense value to the segment of agri business. I had a boss in my previous organization in Rallies India. As a salesman, you always look at the excuses of why you didn't do rather than why you did. So for most of the products, we used to go back as a typical, even though I became a zonal manager or regional manager, still there's a thing unto him in the review meetings, during the review meetings, I'm telling him, कि सर ये तो ये blockbuster product नहीं है अपना, इसको हम क्यों बेचें? This is not our main product. Why should we focus or sell this? Or you tell him, other companies are doing so very well, even that product is not so much encouraged by many companies. So then he gave a beautiful theory. I don't know how relevant it was for others. For me, it made a huge impact. In that Rajkumar, अपने देश के इंडिया के 3 नाम हैं. In India we have, for India we have 3 names: Hindustan, Bharat, and India. तो product category भी ऐसे ही है. When you go to a segment, you have 3 segments of customers in the country. And when you sell to all these 3 segments, it becomes India. United India. So I'm excited. When I say excited, I'm not looking, when I have these discussions that, it should be only that what unique thing someone has to bring. If you see most of the successful Indian movies, especially Indian movies, they're all popular because they are made for the public. Each one of the heroes is successful because, the fans clap for them. They give likes for them. Similarly, my panelists today, I believe you represent this category, which is a wider category, to meet a farmer's requirement, a channel's requirement. If you segregate the channels, not every channel, I don't use the word afford, not every channel partner can approach a next category of company. Or some channel partners are there, they may not approach another category of company. But the panelists, the leaders I see in front of me today, you go to any channel, no channel will say, sir, dekhenge, bolenge, karenge. Because you have something to offer for him. You offer something which is not plugged by maybe other segments. So friends, we have today what I call, though we use the word mid-size segment. Why we use the mid-size segment? It was no other reason but just for the business sense. So with this, I would like to initiate the discussions along with my panelists on how they are taking this business to a last mile connectivity. If you go to a remote village today, maybe the product from our range is available with a channel and may not be from other category. we are able to reach the farmer through various options and sources. So we will discuss, all of you also put this question, and many of my industry colleagues or a lot of connects put me this question. What is the objective of your webinar? The panel discussions or one-to-one conversations which we have started. I told them, okay, look, when a panel discussion or conversation happens, there should be some take home. When my panelists, my friends discuss with me, I'm not telling that they might be the role models. Yes, they might. Like just now I spoke to you about one of my ex-bosses. Role model is dynamic. For every situation, there's a different role model. So for this business, our category, you would be giving a way forward, how to grow, how to sustain first and then grow in spite of all the challenges. Since a week, we have seen, yesterday I stepped out of my comfort of my office and home. I almost drove 50-60 kilometers, of course, within Hyderabad. I thought it was normal as long as you are aware of and taking care of yourself. So, coming back to the question, what is the objective? The objective here is my viewers, either who are watching right now or through the YouTube channel, which we'll be posting later, they should get that, yes, if Nikhil ji, Santosh ji, Sumit ji, Srinivas ji, or all these people are able to do, why not me? One of the challenges we always face, and which is the biggest challenge, is that for non-performance or performance of this industry is the monsoon. And today we are very positive because monsoons are likely to be normal.
That's good news.
Right? It's a good news.
Very good news.
Absolutely.
So, isn't it a positive factor to keep rest of the things behind us and then see that how do I take advantage of this situation? Incidentally, when I was talking to all of you, and that's what exactly you said, we are all prepared. Monsoons are normal. Let us face the situation the way the situations come. Let us cross the bridges as we come near the bridges. So, friends, let me start introducing my team, my panelists. To begin with, Santosh Rao Balguri. He is currently the president of Agro Organics and CMD of Agrimore Solutions. He is my classmate, very good friend and well-wisher too. Something unique we saw when we were studying was that Santosh was a different breed. We have, in fact, our entire batch has got a lot of unique achievements. So he was one of those who always looked into the entrepreneurial way of working. I remember in one of the markets I met him way back in, probably it was 92, 93. And he joined a company. Like most of us put him a question, Santosh, why did you join this company? This is a new company. Nobody knows about this company. Sir, trust me, those saal mein, that company became number 2 fertilizer company in Andhra, that time United Andhra, Deepak Fertilizers. Right, Santosh? Yes. And that's his capacity. His entrepreneurial skills were there since then. And later, he launched similar companies like Rank Aqua, Mega Money. He was country head for both these companies. He had stakes and he was a promoter in Rohini Seeds. All of us know where the Rohini Seeds is now, which is taken over by Crystal Crop, and they're doing very well, I believe. He's also an active member in a lot of associations like APMA, KPMA, that is Karnataka, and various things. After he moved out of Big Money, he was invited by Agro promoters, and then he's part of the team, and then business. Santosh is BS Agriculture, MS Agriculture, and MBA. Santosh, welcome for this discussion.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you.
Thanks. Now we have Dr. Nikhil Agarwal from Ichiban. I was talking to him and he said, not only business is in our blood, but agrochemicals is our blood. In the sense, agrochemical business is in our blood. So he's in, I think, third generation, Nikhilji now?
Yes, third generation.
Third generation.
Agarwal
Third
family.
generation. And probably a lot of branches out of this generation from the first, second generations.
It's become a big family now.
Big family. It's a banyan tree now. With a strong roots, both niche and upper. So, Nikhilji is the managing director of Ichiban Crop Science. He is a leader with proven record of translating vision into reality. Just about 3 years back, when he just started this launch Ichiban, I met him in his Delhi office. Beautiful office, very modern office. When I spoke to him, why this? He said, ambience has to be there because I'm building a new team. And in less than 3 years, he has reached where probably many dream to. So, great, Nikhilji. Appreciate your vision and aggression.
Thank you, Raj.
Then we have our own Mr. Srinivas ji from Agastya. Welcome, Srinivas Garu. This is the second time he is appearing on my discussion. And a very rare combination of aggressive entrepreneurship, which he feels he is, and never knew anything about agrochemical, probably never knew anything about agriculture because an urban bred. But his passion, his understanding to this sector has made him very successful in this field, and he is one of the fastest growing Agastya. He is the director in Agastya Agro. Agastya Agro is the fastest growing in South. Srinivas Garu, you're welcome. He's an engineer from Manipal Institute of Technology, and that to a civil engineer, and getting into agrochemicals. That's nice. Then we have a dear friend of mine, Sumit ji, ever smiling, soft, never gets into any aggression. But Margaret Thatcher has put it, don't go with my smile, I've got iron teeth inside. So he's one of those kind. Looks soft, but very savvy, very soft. And he knows what he's doing. He again is a third generation entrepreneur in this business. He's a promoter of Thakar Chemicals and designated as director projects. He is a master's in strategic marketing from UK, and he's attended professional courses at IIM Ahmedabad and Lucknow. I think I missed Nikhilji's qualification. He is an MBA and got so much. I would probably put all of you will have the capacity to create many more MBAs under your stewardship. So let me start questions to you. But before that, let me also take a couple of minutes to speak about RayConsulting. All of you are aware, what RayConsulting is. And thanks to all this support when you all join panel discussions, when we are having, you are taking us to further more, geographies and other places. Like the way you take reach and penetration for the product, I think with this facilitation, you are taking us to various parts of the world. We are the guys who create vision, mission, and purpose for the companies. We know everybody has to be ambitious, but it takes a lot of courage, a lot of process to take you to that place. So we help you to go there. We are into all agri-value businesses, right from seeds to digitization. We conduct conferences. Hopefully, post this lockdown, we'll get back to the conferences on digital agriculture and agribusiness. We simply say, they say there is no better time than now. I know when we speak to a lot of people, you also speak to a lot of people. The people who are optimistic or positive, they are trying to find opportunities in this kind of situations. They may find a way on their own. But there are companies, corporates, leaders who might still be looking, okay, how do I get an external source to see that I also grow along with others? Because there is a challenge here. If you don't grow, forget about growth in the future. If you lag behind by a year, or if your plans you keep it back foot, thinking that yeah, time take nahi hai, right? This is not the right time. I'm telling you, my friends, you will be 5 years behind from most of the companies. So whether you have a consultant or don't have a consultant, please don't change your plans. But if anybody needs any help, we are always there. So let me start with Sumit ji. This is going to be a free flow kind of a thing. Sumit ji, with little inputs, we garnered that about 40% of Agchem business comes from our sector, whom you are all representing. Your product pricing is competitive. That is the reason people say that, this is the share you have. I would put that if 40% of the share is because of the product pricing competitiveness, if the product would have been priced at a relevant manner, probably your share would have been another 5-10% more. At a competitive pricing, your share is this. So my question to you is, how do you manage, if the price is competitive, how do you manage to make the price competitive? I would prefer to use the word right price to the channel and the farmer. That's my first question. You're stuck, Sumit ji? Is some issue? Okay. Sorry, some technology issue. I'll go back to him a little later once he joins. Can he, to save time? Oh yes, Nick, yes, he's back.
I can. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. Did you get my question, Sumit ji?
Yes, I did. I was there. Okay. First of all, hello to everybody, and thanks Rajji for having us on such a wide and internationally present audience. Now, straight away coming to your question, which is very rightly put, that to stay.
Sumit ji, I think. Hello.
Audibility is not there.
Vis-a-vis the last time, find the mid-size. Yeah, am I there?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I would like to say that we are a mix of both words, and with this I mean we offer quality like MSPs and at a very competitive or very aggressive price.
Your audio is not clear, Sumit. Can we come back to you? Hello.
So to manage this equilibrium, means also rely on the hello. Is this fine, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Yeah. Look, we couldn't get your answer. I'll come back to you probably. I'll come back to you once getting. Yeah, Nikhil ji.
The mid-size company.
Sumit ji, I'll come back to you. Probably there's little challenge from your Wi-Fi or things there. So probably you can get it checked.
On the decades of experience, it's just to have a.
Sumit ji, we'll get back to you a little later. Just hold on.
Let me try to again connect, and you can just.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah, sure. Dr. Nikhil.
Yes, Raj.
As I mentioned in the introduction of yours, you have a lineage of 3 generations into this business. I mean, probably not only lineage, but you are the trendsetters from the beginning.
Right.
So, as one of the first families sensing the opportunities in this segment, when you started on your own, and in just about 3 years, you have reached a very awesome and enviable figures, I would say. What made you to start from the scratch, and what are the things when you started this company, what are the things you felt that should be in place to reach this stage in short time? Your homework would have been very strong when you started this.
Right. Right, Raj. So, welcome to all the viewers, and thanks, Raj, for inviting me for this panel discussion. Already you have briefed. So one good thing is that I belong to a Agarwal family who has been serving this sector for almost 5 decades or more. And my experience in this field is almost now 20 years, spanning 20 years. So this, although Ichiban is a 3-year-old company, but when you say that the experience that has been brought and the kind of professionals that are associated with the company, I can sum up with almost decades of experience that we have. Just to come back to your question, I'll just brief about Ichiban. So Ichiban started in 2016, is one of the reasons that I sensed a great opportunity in the Indian market. See, our current government, they had put in a slogan by they wanted to focus on farmer income and doubling up the farmer income. So we see a lot of positivity coming in the agriculture sector, and a lot of investments will go on. The irrigation projects were going on. The credit was flown in. So, and I strongly believed that agriculture is the mainstay of our economy. It will grow leaps and bounces. So probably this is a very good time for us to come. An Indian market is 2 billion or 2.5 billion, export put together for 5 billion. I could see that the Indian market would grow leaps and bounces. The only challenge was that for a new entrant, this industry, it's again, so there are a lot of entry barriers. It is a lot of tough situations are there. So how to create a niche for us? So God has been very kind. The first year when we entered the trade, we planned we had a systematic plan for 3 years. So we initiated with a 100 crore business plan for the first year. We executed it very well. Then we doubled up our sales for next year. And then we had another 100 crores jump for the next year. So although we hit a roadblock of demonetization, we hit a roadblock of GST, and then some irregular rains and everything, and now the corona. So, but still with the Ichiban, we had a very different USP to bring to the market. So as you said, that first thing that we wanted to become a national company. Then second thing, we wanted to be a company with the difference is that we brought a technology package with us. It's not just the product offering. We brought a lot of agriculture technology with us. We've been using the digital platform from the day one for promotions. So we had a one-to-one farmer contact. We left the digital print. So the idea was to contact about 1 crore Indian farmers. And the challenge was for them to use a product in the initial year. But we were very successful to have a loyal farmer base. We left everything for in terms of complete value chain. We had different packages for different value chains. So we took care of all the aspects of our business. Put together, bringing the technology. So we wanted to bring a lot of new molecules in the Indian market, and we wanted a mid-sized company also to be invested into the greener chemistries, the newer chemistries, the safer chemistries. So that was our USP. So we built it on it. The day one, we invested very heavily into technology in terms of our first. On record, in India, we are the first startup company to install SAP S/4HANA, which is the best software ERP software in the world as of now. And we were globally the third to implement it. And our first billing was on SAP S/4HANA. So we've been using mobile technology. We've been running Furies. We've been using a lot of digital platforms. So all put together, that and the God has been very kind. We got a lot of blessings. We got a lot of people who joined up, and a lot of support from the industry and our colleagues. So we've been growing on that platform. But the idea was to build up a foundation, a very strong foundation for the company. So in the initial years or 2 or 3, we have only built up what we call the strongest foundation, so that we can build up a new building over this. So that is a brief background on Ichiban, and that's how we entered into the market.
Now, I have seen you spoke that you build heavily on technology, whether it is manufacturing, if you're supply chain management, or IT, or product portfolio of green chemistry. Tell me, how did you build the team to make it happen?
So Raj, as I already
Generally, the perception is to have, tech savviness is not. Don't mistake me. This is not our cup of tea kind of a thing. But how did you manage to bring all these guys into the thing? Like today, because of thanks to Corona, at least I won't not in the real sense that we are all forced to get into this kind of thing. So how did you manage people to get into
correct.
this? Yeah.
Correct. So manpower plays a key role. So as I said, that my own experience for this industry is about 2 decades, and I have held big management positions before this. Also build up companies from zero, again from a very small level to 500 odd crores plus. But fortunately, what we in last so many years, I came in contact with very good professionals, people who had experiences of many decades. Then I brought in a young team in terms of one of my directors is from Ahmedabad, and we brought in a lot of technically very sound people, created a team, and the idea is to give a leadership and the push, so we so that all worked for us. So it's all professional people who have that passion for agriculture. So the idea is that Ichiban hire somebody is when they have a great passion for agriculture. So everybody has poured in their heart and soul into this company, and they are trying to build upon it.
When you entered into this business, I believe you always thought that you should have your own manufacturing.
Right.
Yeah. So do you still continue to sell all your products, trade all your products with your own manufacturing, or you also have all manufacturing or supplies from others?
Right. So Raj, we do have 2 production units as of now.
Yes.
In 1 year, the first year itself, we built up a factory for about installed capacity about 200 crores. In one odd year, 2 years, we felt another need to build up another unit. So we added another capacity for 400 crores. So now our production units can do up production about 400 to 500 to 600 crores. So the need was there to have a strong manufacturing base, because without a strong manufacturing base, you cannot promote a good quality and a good products in the market. Then we also invested into technologies, that we brought technology from abroad. This was we are the first company in India to bring the technology in terms of manufacturing technologies also. So we are not one regular quality stuff. So we very heavily invested into quality, even the packaging for that matter. We wanted everything to be different in the market. So it's all, it has to be a very unique standard, very high standard. So that's what we invested in, and it paid off. So the best part is that when a farmer comes back in the first usage itself, the farmer comes back with your medicine and says, oh, this is a good medicine, and you want to buy more medicine. So that is
Loyal base you have created.
Yeah. So that
Great.
was very
awesome. Yeah. Srinivas Garu, I move on to you. I think your smile is one of the reasons why, again, Sumit is soft, but you have got an awesome smile where dealers will say, chalo, Srinivas will buy from you, kind of a thing.
Thank you, Raj.
Knowing Murli sir for a very long time, is highly respected, one of the highly respected persons in vacuum industry in India, not just in the industry, but even at the policy and government level. So, meeting those standards through you, which you are doing, tell me how difficult, how easy it was for you to move from. It was also a challenging job what you were doing. You mentioned to me that you were a civil contractor for railways, and you helped laying the entire conversion of narrow gauge or meter gauge to broad gauge from Secunderabad to Goa or something. So that was a kind of life you were leading. And a contractor's life is totally different than meeting 5,000 dealers or 500 employees. So there probably you didn't have to meet so many people. So what is the transition of journey, and how you are enjoying today?
Thank you, Raj. First thing I want to tell you is, when you are talking about, I'll go a little ahead, the mid-sized companies, what is happening, and then I'll come into my picture. What I learned after coming into this industry, mid-sized companies have turned the fortune of agriculture industry in India.
Okay.
Had mid-size companies not there, today what you're talking about, getting a farmer income or something else, wouldn't have happened. Yes. Why? Because mid-size companies are nearer and closer to the heart of the farmer and the dealer who is there. Mid-size companies have provided employment to the local people who are there here and who are in search of employment. We were always ruled by, directly or indirectly, by the outsiders, economically and before independence, and after independence also, economically we were ruled by them. So when people could accept us, there were only three reasons. One was the trust what we have gained from those people. He apna banda hai, he is our person. He is at a reach for us. And we were reliable to them. And our products were affordable. And all said and done, we were giving credit, which is the key for the Indian agriculture industry today. That's how the mid-sized companies or small SMEs who have come and who have grown today. And that is what is needed in India. So this is what I learned after coming into this industry. Before that, life was different. We used to have a tender, have it executed, and we didn't have any public relation at all. When I start comparing the passion which was driving me and the hunger to grow, and by the guidance of Sri Murliji, who has put all his blood and sweat into this industry from an employee to an entrepreneur, has changed the fortune of Agastya. We would have touched around 175 crores this year, and we are merely in only South Indian states,
Yes.
except a little presence in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. What is that which is driving us is the passion, the hunger, and the prices. Now, when you start comparing how multinationals are going to rule India and how we are affordable to them, you take imidacloprid for a price. Today also, some of the multinationals sell imidacloprid at what price? 1800, 1200. We are selling, small size companies, somewhere around 800. There's a lot of difference. That is the cash point for the dealers and the farmers. That is the way we are satisfied. And people are accepting us. Before getting into this industry, you were asking about railways. It was all only two things. Saturday payment, 31st March, you'll get your payments. There was no other, because the fund was there. The government has to spend the money, but anyway, they used to give us. We know we used to get it on 31st March at 100%. But here, you don't know which 31st March.
Okay. Yeah. With this, I have two things, extensions for you. One,
Yes.
we said, offer credit. There would be a kind of a credit period, or okay, if I give, for example, if I tell the dealers you got a 60 days credit or 90 days credit, it may get extended to a crop season, what we typically count maybe 30 or 50 days more. Is that giving comfort to the channel you mean? A. B, along with that, you might be looking into the credentials of the dealer before giving the credit.
Definitely, before any business which you start, even the dealer or the distributor, first we are looking into the credentials of the dealer, since how long he is here and what size of business he is doing and with whom is he doing business. Is he doing with a sizable people with like us or the same platform, or he is a substandard person, even though he is doing business? We don't enter there. We go with people who are trustworthy and we check it and then we take the dealership. Even though he starts with 50,000 also, maybe if he's a good dealer, down the line, 2-3 years, he may be giving us 5 to 6 lakhs of business. Choosing of a dealer is the first part. That is what. Second point was 30, 60, 90. That is the number just we tell them. But recovery is payable when able is happening and we have to go by it. We have to average it. You cannot say tomorrow I want money or 90 days is gone. That is what small scale industry or MSME is giving to the dealers. That's why they are able to accept us
I
and
have,
pass it
go
to the
ahead.
farmers. Yeah.
I have two questions. Probably it is an open question for any one of you here. The first question is, like you mentioned, price. Suppose, I don't know if it is doubling or 50% higher or lower from the other benchmark companies. How does the channel and the farmer perceive for this pricing in terms of return on investment? If I am spending 1,000 rupees to buy from you, and the same product I am buying, I'm talking about the technical or the formulation, I'm buying at 1,500 rupees from the leader, brand leader, is a farmer perceiving that, is he thinking, okay, even if I get 2/3 of the result, it is fine with me? Or you are telling, by paying 2/3, you are still getting 100% of the outcome?
I'll not go with your word, Raj. No 2/3%. It is 100% quality.
It has to be
That's
100%.
exactly I said.
It is no
That's what I
price.
said. By
Price may
paying
be
2/3,
convenient. By paying convenient price, we are giving 100%
that's
quality.
exactly. I was coming to that. See, by paying 2/3, you are getting 100% outcome.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Sumit, you are telling something?
Sorry for the connection loss. So when I began, I described our mixed segment as a segment which are a mix of both worlds. So that means we are offering MNC quality at a competitive price. So having even 1% lesser results is no way out. We have to offer the best. So the farmer is getting a full value out of the brand. And we also have a very fortunate, we are a very fortunate segment. Although we don't have a pan-India brand recognition, but we do enjoy certain good brand value in different pockets. Depends what product you're promoting, how, you know. So we do enjoy a certain brand value in isolated pockets.
Yeah, Nikhil.
So, Raj, I beg to differ in a sense that, see, at the farmer level, there is nothing called cheaper or being an end consumer, you know. A farmer, so if you look at ourselves, we go to a pharmacy, we will never say, yeah, give me a cheap medicine for my fever. It never happens. Farmer will never go and say, give me a cheaper solution. Farmer wants value for money. All these medicines, otherwise there will be no repeat demand. He will not come back. I mean, Santosh would add more to this. Our medicines or XYZ medicines or everybody's medicines, they sell at their own potential value, and the farmer will have a lot of economic value. A ratio, if you talk about the return on investment, is multiple times.
That's exactly right.
It is not 1:1. It is 1:3, 1:4. It is huge. If you're investing 500 rupees on each spray, then economic value is into multiple of thousands. Great. So that is the thing. So there is nothing called cheap content. It's how the value chain perceive it is different. But at the end of the day, you have to compete with good quality. If your quality is not good, there is no repeat demand. You cannot grow. And the companies of our size, mid-segment national companies, we have to have the best of quality. As Sumit said, best of both worlds. It has to be good for farmers. It has to be good for the distribution. So the onus on us is even more than any other companies.
Otherwise, we would not sustain for so long, or for that matter, next year. See, with this, what happens is two things come again. One is, that means you are able to offer the right price, which I keep talking to. You are offering the right price, maybe because of two reasons. Please, you can add on it. One is, you are able to manage, which I started with Sumit's question. I have to go back to him again because we couldn't hear. Is that how do you manage this price? Again, Sumit, the first question is coming back to you. How do you manage this price? And number two, probably you are also lowering your bottom line consciously.
Okay, so we don't lower our bottom lines at all. How we manage both the bottom and top line, I would like to say in a way that when we are pushing our generics, we are giving aggressive pricing. But at the same time, being a mid-sized company, our off-patent product offering is also very prompt. The minute the product goes into off-patent, we are the segment who get hold of these products, and we are able to offer the market. And with the help of a little development staff, I would not say that we spend tremendously huge money on the development, but with the help of little development staff, we are able to liquidate our off-patented product, which gives us also the bottom line. and definitely it helps on the top line as well. And while pushing our generics, it maintains our top line as well. So I would say that the quality, the promptness of our segment is helping our channel partners, as well as it helps the company to maintain both the top line and the bottom line. And this is how we manage our price competitiveness when it comes to a portfolio as a whole.
You see, most of us, we have all of us have got a pan India presence and all, but as you mentioned earlier, some of you would be very strong in few states, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 states. So that you have built over a period of, loyalty to the channel and the farmer. My thing to you is, will it help? For example, I was talking to a decade ago when I was launching one of the very blockbuster products on BPH from one of my earlier companies. The challenge was from a from a portfolio which were looking. At that point of time, the entire industry has brought down their prices to 50% of that molecule to control BPH, worrying about my launch. But there was one company that didn't lower the price. They were selling almost double the price. And I spoke to the marketing head. I said, sir, how come? Then he said, Raj, I'm spending on an average 100 rupees a liter on my promotion and I get 500 rupees extra. So my thing is, how you all feel like FMCG products, if Coke or Thumbs Up have to sold, they spend almost ₹1 on each bottle to be promoted and they get a value out of it. So in brand building, would you encourage companies like yours or others, besides development, I'm talking about brand building, and spend a little more on some specific products and then sell at a higher value? Is it possible?
Largely, I would say it's not possible unless until it's a very latest offering of an off-patent list. Because we cannot, first of all, we cannot do it pan-India. We can select our pocket, and yes, in that pocket we do brand promotions. But that creates a buzz in the particular area. I would not say that it even creates a buzz in a northern region or the eastern region. Spending on development is not our, or the brand promotion is not our key forte. It's as Nikhil and Mr. Srinivas, they also mentioned that the relationship with the end customer and the channel partner, this plays a big role. And because we are present there since long, so the lineage really helps us to place our product before anybody else, a smaller company, does it.
Okay, let me put it this way. Probably channel and farmer is happy कि हमको ₹100 कम दो लेकिन हमको सस्ता मिल रहा है. सस्ता नहीं, right price मिल रहा है. Don't invest that for the promotion. We also hear very often, when we were in the field, like all of you, when I used to travel. So one of the things the farmers sometimes used to come back and tell us, sir, why do you do all these things? Why did you reduce your price by 10 rupees also? It will make difference, kind of thing. So yeah, that is rightly put it. Now I have a related question. When I say related, I'll come to now Santosh ji. Santosh, now if you to look at your corporate life, but now you are associated with a group which is not just into formulations. I think after you kind of came into the team, you are building a huge formulation brand into this Agro group. But what I know is that you are also into B2B, technicals, and probably into exports. Maybe I'm not too sure. Of course, Thakar is into tall manufacturing, but I don't know if Ichiban is doing and Agastya is into tall manufacturing. But Agro is certainly into all these multifaceted things. So this is a way to look into, like if you look at a large organization, they all do all these things, hence they are able to sustain and grow the figures. So what is that unique thing Agro is doing that you are able to manage so many portfolios of formulations, B2B, technicals, and brand, and maybe exports?
Yeah. Thank you, Raj, for organizing these Ray Talks.
Always pleasure.
Over last 3-4 weeks on different subjects. And special thanks for this event which is more suits for all four of us.
And
Before I go into Agrico, as you all know that now we are in market is segmented into 3-4 categories. One is basically multinationals. They are into their specialities, and they are having their limitations on because all four of us want to go to that segment. So that we leave it space at this moment. The leftover segments are regional players. They are having their own limitations and capabilities to handle the markets. And the major share is from the mid-size segments. So I generally talk on the overall mid-size segment, what is doing and what we are doing at Agrico also in specific. Agrico, this company is formed in 1985 with our CMD Kamlesh Gupta. He is having versatile contracts across industry, and he is very much passionate about this business from his day one onwards. That is his starting point. And now later on his son, Mr. Rana Gupta, Executive Director, joined. He studied abroad, chemical engineering and management, and he is taking care about the production part. The missing link for them or the strength of mind is something like a marketing. Any company to survive, then in our segment or our industry, we should look about financial thing, manufacturing facility and marketing. And these three are the basic thing in our AgChem industry. Financial thing is basically not to have a technology thing, not much, but no, basically it requires a lot of credit, how you manage. So these three areas where fortunately in Agrico Group or Agrimore, we are having a blend of expertise, of rich experience and good contacts from Kamlesh ji. And we have a technocrat studied abroad and who is taking care of the production to meet out all the quality norms. And I myself looking after both the company's marketing activities. This is the blend of the management, or we three, we take care about everything. So nothing moves or nothing goes out of our bracket to take any decision. This is our strength. Since worked for many companies as a professional, basically to grow, we should understand all the stakeholders of the business. So I myself a farmer or from farming background, still I do cultivation, and then having experience with the different companies at different levels, we understand the market, and we have a production facility in 3 places, Jammu and Haryana, and as well as in Dahej. We have a massive production facilities in Dahej, not only to cater to ourselves, we are also toll manufacturing for Adama and other Sinochem and other companies. So these are the areas where we are concentrating. So as you rightly told, our initial focus was mostly into trading or B2B. Now, of late during last 3-4 years, our focus is to convert entire B2 business into brand business to give more value to the farmer directly under our logo, Agrico or Agrimore, so that we can be helpful for the farmer. At the same time, we can take the mutual benefit also. In this segment, when you want to be successful, either for us or for any one of us, basically product range is important. We should have a generics as well as of patented relatively new products or combination products that we are maintaining. Quality and consistency, even though we might charge 10 rupees less, but our quality is the best. So we look at the quality angle, and as you all know, insecticide acts or CAB permits us permissible higher side. In a degradable product, we can go a little bit permissible higher side to give a better efficacy. And obviously we should be reasonably priced. So we cannot take whatever price you want, and the pricing structure, we are reasonably priced. And pricing, all the panelists discussed earlier, it is mostly depends on the team. What kind of information they will give it to you, with which distributor, with which product, with which company is comparing, then we should be in a position to analyze. Are we interested in paraquat to compare with XYZ company or not? So pricing should be reasonably okay with the market to take away your product that we are following. And no, brand names also to a certain extent. No, our brand names are mostly like a local kind of thing, either Hindi or English, where easily farmer can pronounce rather than going for a multinational kind of brands. And on top of it, we are very flexible to change the gears. Based on the market, we'll get the proper transparent information with all the virtue of all three of us together. And then we'll be in a position to change the gears based on the requirement. That we are doing very fast. And the combination of the product mix. We are definitely there in the generics, but that is not our bread and butter. It is only to give our loyal dealer some kind of support to take the generics from us, only to be in touch with us. But definitely, yeah, our focus is mostly into new products, half-patented ones, combination ones, and then slowly now we want to move into that segment. And one more thing is geographical advantage. We are more or less present in pan-India, except northeast and eastern part. Yeah, we'll definitely have the advantage of liquidation of the stocks or understanding the market where to move under. That also we are following. And most of us, all mid-sized companies, not only Agrico, our teams are not that highly qualified or management graduates or even technical graduates. Our teams are locally adaptable guys who are capable of or understanding the potential of the farmer, potential of the dealer, where their strength is also encashed, and we are having that kind of strength, all of us together, not only me or all mid-sized companies will focus on the team strength of the localized team, where that is also coming. And then no, basically in a situation like this, COVID or earlier also, how smart you are in supply chain management to move the stocks based on the movement that we need to take care at a faster or at the earliest decision. And in present situation, definitely in India, agriculture is more important. And fortunately, all of us, we are in agriculture business. And agriculture is going to grow. And there is no secondary thought to all the standard sentences, and you don't want to repeat. Agriculture is going to be more focused in a situation now. Then it is going to help us. For all of us together or Agrico, what we take care of what is understand the market at the earliest and give a right product mix with a reasonable price and involve yourself 100%. That's what we are doing in Agrico. I'm there with Agrico for last 4.5 years. Now what we have done is we have done little bit of changes here and there, and then now our presence is felt across India. Now we would like to change the gears to go to the next level, which is if at all we convert entire B2B into brand business, then we thought and we would like to move to large Indian companies soon. That's what we are doing, and all of us also should try to do that. We might be doing the same. Thank you, Raj.
Yeah, good. I mean, you took me back to my college days, our college days rather. Whether I studied in Hyderabad or in Pantnagar, all of us used to say in pride, Desh ka culture, agriculture. India's culture is agriculture. So awesome, proud to be part of this agriculture thing. Santosh, you put it a very nice way, the entire thing. One of the very important points you brought to the fore was that the people. I put this to Nikhil and how you manage this, and he's initiated, and you brought both external team and internal imbibing of what his practices were. And you brought something very interesting. I was talking to Srinivas also earlier, is that the people might not be the so-called, we use a word called qualified, whichever way you look at it, but they are able to deliver what is required not only by the company but by also the channel and the farmer. And I also saw something very interesting. Our size, your size of companies, once a guy joins, and probably even after retirement he continues. What is the secret? I've seen Agastya, I've seen Thakar, in their 30th year celebration when I was there were so many employees who got 30 years awards.
Yes.
I mean, same is the case with, of course, Agrimore, and though Ichiban, I know whoever has joined 3 years back, so-called Ichiban now, and most of them would be continuing with Nikhil. And earlier also I saw it with these videos. So what makes, I mean, there's some very important point I would like to understand. What makes you guys that, people stay back with you?
It is basically, for our size of companies, involvement from the management to understand the requirement and take a reactive action at the appropriate time. So this is the basic thing. A guy who goes to the field may not be highly qualified to promote a multinational product or to give a presentation to their global head. After all, you need to convince the farmer and dealer to sell and collect back. In this, if there is any issue, if he feel that his management is his side, when he is doing right and he is delivering for in the interest of the company. So we cultivate the habit of taking the ownership from the sales officer to the XYZ level. You are doing your business on behalf of me. It is only I'm part and parcel of your system where your numbers are important. And when you help them and when you interact and when you know them personally and when you identify them. In a big multinational company, even though you are XYZ level, XYZ numbers, nobody may not recognize you, not more than your surname. But in our companies, definitely we recognize their personal requirements and we appreciate them, we motivate them, we reward them. We also somewhere know if it is required, then we punish them. So on these put together, like when we are punishing somebody, then people will come online. And when I'm rewarding, people will try to do more. And it's a personal touch. And 99% cases for all our companies, all put together, the most important thing is the team. If you have a proper team, then sky is the limit. You can deliver, but it takes time to build a team. It is not overnight. We cannot build the team, either channel team or manpower team. It is always trial and error. Somewhere you will get some burnt your fingers and somewhere you will get the success. How you monitor the human resources properly, success lies there.
Yeah, Nikhil.
But Santosh has put it so nicely, so I don't know what to add. But see, when we say Ichiban company, we don't call it Ichiban company, we call it Ichiban family. So it is more of, all put together, all people. It's kind of family.
Participative.
So, participative. And see, our kind of organizations, there is a lot of flat structure. So there are not multiple hierarchies are there. And people, they should feel comfortable. The point is that the management should make them feel all comfortable and, and we learn from each approachable and we learn from each other's strengths. So no one person can have all the qualities. So I tell to my people, don't look at those negative things. Look at the positive and what you can contribute, So a team leader should be one who should take all the people along with them with their positives. So no two people will be the same. The set of skills will not be the same. How we nurture, how we bring our family and how we collectively move is more important. So that's how the organizations are built. And what Santosh said at the end of the day, any organization can only progress if you have a great team with you. It is not the individuals, it's the team that take you together,
Yeah, before I proceed further, there's a very interesting question coming in. Let me see if Barkha is there. Barkha, can you put the question directly? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Raj. This is Barkha. I'm from ABCD Asian Associates.
Can you keep your mic little away from the mouth? Maybe it's echoing.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, reduce your volume. Yes.
Okay. So my question is that.
Can you introduce yourself 1 second? Sorry.
Okay, this is Barkha Gupta. I'm from ABCD Asian Associates, and we are based at Gurgaon. So my question is that you were just discussing that these in mid-sized companies, lots of employees are working from long years, and that's very good point for the old generation. But what we see nowadays with the current generation who are having the experience of 5 to 10 years of experience and they come from the good MBA colleges, they generally want to switch the companies very frequently. And when they join a mid-sized company and when they see their friends and their colleagues in a big companies, they wanted to move to the bigger companies. So what is the reason behind that? Why they don't want to be stable in a mid-sized company for a longer term?
I can address
Yes,
that,
please.
Raj. So welcome, Bakha, and thanks for posting this question. So I know Bakha from before also. So
is it?
the thing is, yeah. So the thing is, see, with the younger generation, it is happening, and they are these days. What is happening? They are very avaricious about things. They want to move faster. The culture is changing. We keep on discussing these points, with the ambitious nature of people these days. They feel from hopping from one place to another, although the industry is very small, but they feel like they need to hop very soon. But there are people, with stable mind and people who have dedicated their life to this industry. The stability is some kind of nature, but this is happening not just with this our industry, but it is happening with all these younger generations. So it is tougher. So if the good times are there, most welcome, people move around. But when the tough times comes, then situations, it becomes very tough. So these are the days where tougher times are coming. So stability is one of the most important thing, and people need to understand that point. uh, People are most welcome. So we have trained a lot of youngsters, and they have moved around in the industry, and they have and gained some important positions. Some of them have become country managers also. So we feel very proud if we have trained some people and they have moved on in their career and they become some important people. So it feels good. It always feels good.
That's quite great.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll move from, I think, extremely interesting discussions on, though time is gone 1 hour, I have requested about because 1 hour, we can extend it a little more because good audience interest is also seen. I would like to move from operations to little policy kind of a thing. So we have had an extremely interesting panel discussion on last Saturday on the draft order from the government of India, draft order on 27 pesticides.
Right.
Besides, people appreciating that, good Raj, you conduct this discussion and the stalwarts in the industry. From the, when I say stalwarts, there are subject matter specialists in those fields. And UPL chairman himself joined the discussion, led this discussion. My thing from you is, how much, hopefully, may happen, may not happen, we don't know because they gave their versions. How much your segment would be impacted with this draft order? And what are your views that why this draft order was prompted? Okay, let me put the first question. What prompted this draft order? And then second question is, how will it impact us, you?
So can I take a lead in this, sir?
Sumit, see, in fact, you can answer this question. What prompted this draft order?
Yeah. So this started in 2014 with Verma Committee, wherein they pitched in 66 odd molecules and gave relevance across the world that certain molecule is banned in certain country and some reasons along with that. And from there it started coming up, and out of those 66, some of them were banned in 2017, and all of a sudden, abruptly, during these COVID times, the list of 27 pesticides, they show up. Because I guess some NGO, they put up a writ petition that why not all of them, why only 17 of them? So I think the government of India has taken a very abrupt decision and given a draft order. I would like to repeat, it's a draft order. And they have given it a decision that we will be banning in this draft the 27 odd molecules, and the industry is given 45 days of time and to reply, prove that why these molecules are worthy. Anyway, so I would not go into details because the other day your other panel discussion, we had an entire subject on this. Straight away, I would say that yes, this will impact our segment. My assessment say that at least 25% to 35%, depend upon company to company. But then change is only permanent thing is in life, so we have to adopt it. But then being a very optimist person, I would say that the industry will fight on. And one good thing which has happened since Saturday, since your last webinar, Global Association Agrocare has also written to Government of India. Yeah, the PMFI, they have circulated this email that they have also prompted Government of India and suggested that it's not the right decision, and you should give some more time to do the assessment. And this 27 products, if they will ban, it will impact the entire industry financially, as well as the farm income will also have a big impact. So not only the mid-size segment, it will impact the channel across everywhere.
If I move from draft order, relating to draft order, will it make the industry, forget about the segment, will it make the industry to think about alternatives or think, of course, industry is always in licensing with the government. Will it help to see that how do we improve more licensing? Yes, Nikhil.
So, Raj, what I strongly believe that Indian market, if you look at it, there is a lot of potential in the Indian market. We have, if we talk about just the off-patent chemistries in last 1 decade or 2 decades, there are about 116 new chemistries are there that India can register, Indian manufacturers can register, manufacture and replace these molecules. So at the hindsight, you have to see there is always has to be a plan B. There is always, we need to invest into newer chemistries. We need to invest into better formulation. So with time, there are some benefits out.
Cost. Hello. I think it's lost the connection. Okay. I think once we get the voice, we'll get back to Nikhil. Now, the next one, there is also an order. Yeah, Nikhil, you're back. Yes, you can unmute and speak. You need to unmute. Can you unmute?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know where I was. And there is a lot of scope for Plan B. There is a lot of scope for off-patent chemistries. There are hundreds of new chemistries that the Indian manufacturers can explore. And we feel there is going forward, there should not be, it's a short-term problems are there, but long-term, I think it will all benefit. Everybody can benefit out of it. Even the farmers can benefit out of it. If Indian veterans and manufacturers have brought down the synthetic pyrethroids cost, they have brought down the cost of all the products. Why can't they do it for newer generation chemistries? They can always do for that also.
Hopefully, yes.
So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is absolutely nothing. There is no problem. But as we said, this is a draft order. Things we need to see how the things will span out. It should not be that much draconian in nature at the end of the day. And there should be a phase out. There should be manners. There should be export. There should be a lot of socio-economic things need to be considered. Hopefully, better sense will prevail, and we Indian farmers can get the best of both worlds. That's what I need to say.
Hopefully, we'll see. Now, see, in very short period, earlier, a few months back, we had pesticide management bill also being discussed about. So, a lot of things happening. I probably it will help us to think, evolve, as you rightly said, and then find alternatives and get beyond a point where we all are coming on the same platform. It has gone to the global's attention also, so that shows that we are being looked at. It's not only you and I who get impacted within the country. They also realize that they would also be getting impacted in various ways, not necessarily in business revenue. Okay. Now I go back now to the little operations case. Now see, farmer is become tech savvy. When I say tech savvy, now every farmer has got a mobile phone, smartphone, to be precise. Every company is willing at least billing or manufacturing, everything is gone technology oriented way. Every staff has to adopt that. And recently I saw a notification that, I don't know if it has been implemented, it has to be implemented, that every product label should have a QR code from the government of India's thing. I mean, the technology is playing its role everywhere, whether we like it or we don't like it, we adopt it or we don't adopt it. You are part and parcel of the thing. It's like, you have been thrown in the water, swim or sink, it is up to you. So I want to understand from all of you. I use the word digitization, which is a larger word in terms of technology. It includes right from manufacturing to end. How well we, the teams, the channel, and all of us are adopting this new age phenomena. I'm sure most of us are doing that for a very long time, but now it's more of a necessity. It's become a tool by default. So can you take us through, maybe all of you, one couple of minutes, that how each one of you is adopting this technology? Yes, Santosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
yes, Sumit, just get back to you.
No, sure.
yeah, digitalization now, it's the order and order of the day. At this moment, we all of us during COVID period, we started doing this video conference, and at the same time, because of internet availability across rural areas, a farmer or a channel partner or employee is able to get in touch with whatever is required, whatever information is required. So now that is one, it is already started. Just now Nikhilji told that from the day one they are into, they are investing a lot of money into IT to improve our digitalization or use IT platform. All of us now started investing in IT. That is one. And more so in recent days, maybe because of Geo network or XYZ network, now network availability is there across India, even in remote places also. With this, all the stakeholders are in the need of digitalization. Farmer requires is crop and pest information or package of practices or input availability, and channel also may require what is where it is available, and farmer requires output to market, where, how, and when. And companies, all of us definitely no one-to-one contact in these days. Now maybe it may continue for a few more months. Then we have to live with Corona and we have to adapt more of digitalization in Indian agriculture. This is going to happen to promote the product, to get better understanding of the clients or channel partner, or to give a better and prompt information to the team members. And this is going to happen, and all of us should need to invest. And now there is a lot of IT companies, startups who are investing in this to felicitate all of us, even though we are not going to buy or invest on the developing the IT platform. There are so many IT apps are available, starting from your farmer information to travel information to all things, and which we have to adapt.
Yes, Sumit. Good, thanks.
Yes, Santoshji very rightly said that it's the need of the hour, and thinking that we at Thakar, we have already launched an app last year, and we are still adding more features to it. Digital engagement is really important. See, our focus is simple. Our focus is on digital transformation and to boost the customer and the overall channel engagement with us on a constant level. So it helps us to build up our image and we become more of a future ready company. So, sir, anyways, this digitalization is really important. It makes the operations more transparent. It helps the company to get connected with our customer in a much faster, in a much better, in a much transparent way. These technologies helps us bring more value to the customer. They can get whatever they want from the company. Let's say, for example, a simple ledger or simple information about the product with a click of a button. So the bottom line is that we have to feel both way, the customer as well as us. We have to feel that we are engaged with each other directly, rather than taking a long channel when we want to share information with them, or they want to come up with certain ideas. And also, definitely, it helps in doing the ease of the business also. So I would say that digitalization is definitely important. And sir, during the COVID times, what a customer needs is the brand he can trust. So if it's visible at the retail shop, as well as he can see it when he's at home on the app. So I would say that the trust really doubles up. So this is what I would say, that digitalization is the need of the hour.
I think, yeah, Nikhil, you already mentioned he had 1 crore data farmers. Yes, Nikhil.
So, Raj, once we did a workshop with our people, and I asked them, you open your creativity and think about the future, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. What do you foresee? How things will change. You see any science fiction movies and all, you will see a lot of gadgets, a lot of things. So it's the way of life, that it will become part of your life. So much so that it is unavoidable. The use of mobiles, the use of digital platforms, the knowledge level, you won't believe that the information that should flow from management to people. And earlier what used to happen, if information is to be dissipated, it takes maybe months to reach to where it is. Today, if there is a government circular, I'm surprised I get up in the morning or at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, some of my people or somebody would have posted, sir, there is a new draft order that has come for banning. Do you know about that? I said, no, I just read it. So the information exchange is so fast. We used to have 27, yeah. So we used to have 27 different price lists. A dealer in Dhamtari and a dealer sitting in Patiala, I used to say, your price is this, your price is that.
And now created challenges.
Now the thing is, like, anybody from India would say, "Arey, what are you doing, boss? What are you talking about? You see Thakar price, you see Santosh sir Daru price, you see Miss Universe price. What are you doing, sir? What is this, sir?" So the thing is, the way of working has changed. We need to adopt to it. We need to embrace it with open hands. We need to everyday work in a way that we can use the technology in a much better and efficient way. And we need, with changing times, with the information getting exchanged so fast, we need to be transparent, we need to be honest, there has to be integrity. All these things also comes up. So there cannot be differential, there cannot be different information. So one has to be very technically sound and correct to embrace this technology. So there are advantages and disadvantages, but a lot of advantages, but you need to keep yourself updated and apprised about what is happening.
Sir.
Sir, almost all the small and medium scale companies have already started adopting the system. There are two types. One is for the channel partner. We should put more emphasis, or the government should put more emphasis on the farmers to use digital technology. Why? Because if they start adopting, not we, if the farmers start adopting a digital technology in buying, procuring his agro inputs, then everyone they should be equipped and they will be equipped to serve them. Likewise, now the other day in one of the meeting I was saying, now we cannot sell our products online. Again, he is dependent. It is again we have to go to a dealer. Now, if you go to a dealer and buy a product on cash, he will not give other products credit to you. Or if you have cash and go and buy it from a town for a lesser price, he will ask, from where did you buy the other product? The first foray, where did you buy? So you are coming for credit to. So if the farmer has the accessibility to the digital technology, and if he can purchase the product what he wants for the best price, then it is the digitalization of the farmers. Then we all will also follow the footsteps, and we will also try to go there and support them for giving the best price or to promote our product. Otherwise, he might have seen the poster, he might have seen the bottle. After coming to the dealer shop, since it is a credit purchase, he has to go with the dealer. So I feel that realization or adaptability at the ground level by the farmer to use digital level, either we should train them or make them aware. I will tell you one word, sir. If a farmer buys a product on cash, and if he knows what is the difference in cash and credit, the taste of buying on cash, then 50% of our problem is solved. Otherwise, the government is supporting them by giving 10,000, 50, whatever it is been placed somewhere else, and they come with the folded hands and nod the head and take buy whatever they are giving. Okay, it's a contradictory statement. Then how will the channel partner survive? But still, if the farmer
You're through?
farmer,
yes.
If the farmer knows or enjoys the taste purchase, then is
some issue. Yeah, we'll get back to him, Srinivas. Now I'm moving. Now the recent the financial package or thing. I think agri sector has been immensely, I won't say benefited, but is focused. Whether it is looking into the MSMEs aspect, which most of us fall into, or farmers' point of view, and very important, the Atmanirbhar Bharat. All are Indian companies, all of us are Indian companies. So, do you feel that we would be benefited out of this Atmanirbhar initiative? Because Modi ji gave a very good slogan, vocal for local.
Yeah.
What a thing. And he gave an analysis. I'm not talking Modi ji as Modi, but I'm talking as a Prime Minister, as a guide. He said, a brand is commanding a particular thing because they are vocal. If you look at most of our management, when we joined our companies in the initial stages, and then we realized, the management trainees who come from the management institution, they had one of the extremely good strength. They were vocal, they were expressive, they were giving the analysis the way management take it as a dashboard. So that's Srinivas is back. So that's something nice to look at it. What is the learning or what is the way forward for Indian companies? How do you want to danka kaisa bajayenge hum log ke bhai vocal for local? But all of you are in Indian companies, absolutely pure Indian bread. So how do you want, you can speak even if you feel that there are some challenges, you can say, but you can also express, is it helping you? How does it?
Raj, it is a good initiative, and we have to look at in 3-4 sections of it. One is what is short-term benefit for the industry or MSMEs. All of us are mostly into MSME or in that segment. And the second thing is what we may pursue or ask from the government in the future days, or what is the industry indirect benefit to the industry by way of indirect benefit. The first thing is very good initiative, that is one. And for short-term benefit as of now, maybe moratorium or PF or whatever ESI or maybe little more loan without additional collateral. These are all something like a short-term benefit for the industry or for all across India or for MSME. But if you realize before COVID and after COVID, Indian situation and the PPE kits are mass production. Then the government of India or governments realized in a crisis, what is really required is the local thing. Until you are self-dependent or self-reliable locally, it is very difficult to survive in the crisis kind of thing. So that made to trigger to talk on this. It is not that government passion to help agriculture or anything. Now it is, for them, it is a compulsory kind of thing. It is a government now they have to think about the health as well as food safety thing. And we are fortunately in the food safety segment where they had to help us. That is one thing, but initial short-term benefit to us. When indirect benefit, when a lot of direct transfer is happening, procurement directly it is happening, and governments are going to invest in the cold storages or infrastructure or improve the productivity by looking at a worse situation where no export production is not there, then how are you going to survive? So when indirect investments are going to be there to the farmer level or infrastructure, automatically productivity is going to go up. When productivity is going to go up, then your input quality and input requirement is also going to go up. So that's what we are going to take away from the indirect benefit. Yeah, now coming to what support or what we have to pursue from the government, from the industry side is, most of us are still depending on the China for our raw materials. It is basically either their export benefit or their massive production in China. If government invest or collaborate or get some joint ventures, or to make industry consortium based on the technical or based on the region, and to make raw material or intermediates available within India, so that your dependence will reduce on China. So now globally also there is a positive sign towards India because of this COVID situation or after COVID situation, that we have to encash. From industry point of view, we have to negotiate with the government what support they are going to give benefit for us to scale up massive production as India as a country, and how they are going to brand India as brand in abroad. So as a country, they have to brand, and that already started, and we can go with little bit of import restrictions, and we have to promote domestic production, and we have to give lot of export benefits for the industry to export more. So if you blend all these things, industry should perceive, and we should think positive. This vocal for local should also think for the global kind of thing, and definitely we are going to take advantage of this. But the initial issue is migrant labor issue for all the factory units. Now how to bring them back? So one way it's positive that these migrant laborers went and they are involved, they might be involved in the rural area for agriculture productivity or to increase it. There's an advantage for agriculture productivity. For all of us in the production level, there is issue of migrant labor. So if government can address all these 2-3 issues, or we from industry perceive regional based or industry based or molecule based mass production for the intermediates and technicals, that will help in the long term. So this is what few points from my side, and Nikhil ji or Srinivas ji, if they want to add up.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, so there is a long way to go for us for Atmanirbhar. It is not a short-term. There is no short-term remedy here. What we need is the people of India, the government, everybody should have a positive will, a positive intent to make it with what our honorable Prime Minister wants. So we need that vision. Everybody needs to contribute. It is not somebody, individuals can contribute. Per se, for our chemical industry, our industry, the scopes are huge. India is the manufacturing base of the world, and for not only to sustain for our own industry and to feed the global industry, Indian manufacturing has to step up to 10 times level of what we are. So for Atmanirbhar, as of now, we are going to invest heavily into manufacturing base and backward integration into technical manufacturing. So it will be a huge investment under this policy that we have already planned and sanctioned in our board. So we will take advantage of whatever policies are coming, although there is not much of a clarity as of now, but with over time, I think it will span out. But yes, if there is a potential to be 10x from now, so let's explore good Indian companies, even mid-sized companies. We should explore how to boost up our production, how to be Atmanirbhar, how to get into intermediates, into technical manufacturing, into new chemistries, and even not only for Indian market, even for the export markets and global markets. So that's how we vision ourselves as Atmanirbhar.
Sumit, I have a memory taking back to me when I first met Managing Director of Thakar Chemicals, and when I asked him this, how did you start this business? And he gave a very interesting story, how you are a distributor for a company and then something happened and they said, "Chalo, apni khud ki company banate hain." So that means I think Atmanirbhar started 88 se. So it's time to consolidate and take it forward.
Yes, sir. I would say that Atmanirbharta or self-dependence is nothing new. It's just that during the COVID times, now it's sounding more interesting.
Yeah.
And yes, India has the capacity, as Nikhil said, to feed the global industry. And right now, where we are sitting, I absolutely agree to the factor of 10x. We have the capacity, we have the intent, but the government need to really step up and give us the right infrastructure.
I think there I would put, when it comes to government, it's something like this, Sumit. The government has given probably a way. The Indian industry now has to find ways, like as it's from short term to long term. We need to decipher that where we can plug in. We need to find ways. So probably that's one way to look at it. Get into more details. What would suit to each one of us? I mean, including me, though I'm into service industry, probably somewhere it will suit me, like probably facilitate companies like yours to find where you can fit in, kind of a thing. So each one of us need to find. I'm like I was to keep talking to Srinivas. He says, why not? I mean, wherever I am, in next 2 or 3 years, he want to get into 3x. I mean, he's talking about multiplying the by 1, 2, 3, 4, not percentages. So this initiatives probably will help us. One small thing, like the day, maybe not directly related to our industry, the day Prime Minister addressed the nation and says vocal for local, I saw a lot of large Indian companies in less than 24 hours flooded the social media and all available media. We are truly an Indian company. They were proud of themselves. We are proud that Indians were buying this. Will there somewhere, would you be using this to, I won't say to the advantage of business, but to increase the, are you trying to associate this sentiment with your channel and the farmers? Why not, is my question.
Definitely, given opportunity, everybody at every level, why only pesticide? Every level, we would like to step up and we would like to offer more, sir.
I have a reason to put this thing to you, as Santosh mentioned a little earlier. See, it is always when you accept and satisfy yourself, then you go and same thing was addressed by the Prime Minister also, that I am strong. I mean, my own customer is buying this, so that you can go out and tell why don't you also try and buy this? Then you become from local to global. That's a kind of opportunity. I think we have found the opportunity in all these things. Friends, awesome talking to you. Pata nahi chala, we are already 95 minutes into the discussion, and the entire team team, audience, my attendees, my loyal attendees who've been adding numbers every episode of mine, they're more or less intact from the minute 1. And it was today what we spoke together, or what you expressed was more like I cannot say man ki baat, but dil ki baat. It came from your heart, what you are practicing, what you are doing. And I'm sure most of the audience, or later when we post it on our YouTube, this will make them a little confident. Okay, yes, I think we can grow. And I know from from strategy point of view, we always say each company has to find a way to grow, because if you grow, the market grows. You are not taking anybody's share. You are growing for yourself, and along with the market you grow. That's how, friends, I would like to conclude. If you have any parting message, or if I have missed something, please feel free to add before we conclude this episode.
Just one final thing I would really appreciate, and I would really appreciate you that I can express here, is that during the COVID times, I would repeat again, customer needs the brand which they can trust by spending less. So mid-size segment is the right way to look forward. So I would request the channel partners, the farmers, that mid-size segment companies are offering you the world-class product. So this is a good platform. I can pass on the message.
See, there is a problem as long as you offer a right solution in the right way. I think all of us are happy.
Yes.
Right. So from my side, it's like use mask and use sanitizer and stay safe. That's
Yes.
what I want to tell everybody.
Absolutely.
And these are tough times, very tough times, and all of us need to take care of ourselves, our family, and be safe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just on the lighter sense, looks like masks will become one of the strong brand thing. You can put your logo on the mask and promote your brand or product. That's how it's going to happen. Yes, Srinivasji? You unmute your thing. Yeah, yes.
Raj,
Go ahead.
we have to take out the real mask out. What we are today in this industry.
It'll happen.
When you once you take out the mask, then your life is going to be jingalala. Otherwise,
Absolutely. Actually,
we all are masked. Today we are talking about a mask on the nose. But
let it not become one of our, what we call as a tool, like a handkerchief or something all the time being with us. It should not be. Let's pray God.
In the business point I'm talking, you're talking about making in India or making in India. Now you're opening red carpet for foreigners to come into India. Again, we may be pushed to the slavery like we're doing a job for some of your multinational companies.
Yeah.
That mask should be removed and say it should be made in India and made by Indians and for Indians.
Oh, great.
That's what I want to do.
Santosh, last words from you.
Yeah, thank you, Raj. Then initially I have told, and once again, thank you very much for whatever subject you have taken is very much useful for the industry or farmers.
Just making an attempt here.
Yeah, thank you very much for all the panelists to share the bit of secrets also to learn from each one of them and at a lighter side. And then Sumit ji and Nikhil ji and Srinivas, they gave their best. And we all should survive together. And in industry, like India, as I've told, agriculture is going to be the key, and industry is going to grow. And then maybe if at all, if this vocal for local works, then obviously most of the customers and dealers, they already know that we are local people. So that also works for us. And then that may help to a certain extent. The perception value now it is already prevailing in the market. And what one request is anyway, credit monitoring is the biggest issue that all of us should take care in, especially these kind of situations. We are not sure about the lives of XYZ, and then we have to be very careful on the credit management. And then I wish you all the best for all the co-panelists for their 2021 business, Sumit ji, Nikhil ji, and Srinivas. And thank you for your sequence to come in the rate of.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hope to get you guys soon.
Thank you, Raj, for giving the opportunity.
Yeah. Yes.
So thank you for all the audience.
Yes, audience have been none of us see the audience, they all see us, but you can see the numbers.
Any valid questions from the audience?
Okay, this Srinivas is a good one. If anybody has a question, you can raise the hand so that I can take you on the question, maybe quick 1 or 2 questions. Yeah, and we have Ranga Prabhu. I'm unmuting him. Yes, Mr. Ranga Prabhu, you can go ahead with your question. Brief, introduce yourself. Please unmute.
Hello.
If you have to speak, you need to unmute your mic.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I am Ranga Prabhu calling from Coimbatore.
Great.
We started a small company, Sanova Bioscience, at Coimbatore. It's a bio-based company. This is the first time I'm hearing about this type of genuine people from mid-term companies. You are growing well. Really, in Tamil Nadu, your company products are going well, like you. My question is, if a small company like us, if we promote our product through your channel, can you accept it as a vocal for local? If any molecule like biopesticides, biocontrol agents, biofertilizers, biostimulants, if we have a very good standard product up to the mark, can you access on your brand or as a can you able to access to in your market to help us to grow?
Yeah,
that's my
basically it should be permissible product, and you should be in a position to compete by all means, like quality as well as price. Since we are all already sourcing our at XYZ level, then what is your USP which can make us to market through our channel to have a win-win situation. If product suits and if you are able to compete, I think definitely yes, any one of us can think of it.
Thank you.
Nikhil ji.
Yes, Nikhil.
I just wanted to add one more thing is like PMB, the pesticide management bill. There is a new bill which is going to come in, which is for biopesticides and so-called bioproducts. So he should, all the bioproducts manufacturers should be careful about, the new law that is going to come, and it is going to come very soon. So that's what I wanted to add.
Yeah. Srinivas, you want to add something?
Mr. Rangaprabhu, if still there, then we can tell. As long as the products are legal and they're certified and they're accepted by the government, you're endorsed by the government, then everyone can have a look at it, because it is an opportunity for everyone to get a product into the market.
Great. Yeah. Thanks. I think we have come to a conclusion on, again, almost 2 hours discussion. We just passed away. Just to the audience who are there, I mean, some of your colleagues or friends who are missed, please ask them to visit youtube.com/RayConsulting. All our discussions and all our activities of RayConsulting are uploaded on the YouTube channel of RayConsulting, including where we appear in media. Thank you so much. And to a kind of we have slightly modified. When I say modified now, we are getting in a structured way. We would be having every Saturday, 4 o'clock, the conversation with an individual leader or a discussion like this. From next Saturday, in fact, we are so excited that, we have started getting, now we approached in the beginning, but now we have started getting requests from various parts of the world. Like today, I got one from one of the European companies telling that can be featured on your talk show. So I'm happy to thanks all of you, the audience, who made this happen. So we will be having this on every Saturday at 4 o'clock. And if anything required, if any special episodes have to be required, we will surely have it in between. So, but we wanted to create that, people, Saturday 4 o'clock, it's Ray Talks, keep yourself available kind of a thing. So we have next Saturday featuring something very interesting subject, which even was not exposed to, but I felt I know gentleman was about last 30 years in this field. So I requested him to join on this conversation. Dr. K.R. Reddy is the managing director, founder of Sri Bioaesthetics. He is a doyen in this field. We are going to discuss on agri-microbiomes. Now, how microbiomes are going to help crop thing. Then followed by that, I will be talking to Executive Director, Rabobank, Arindam Datta. Then we are bringing little startups also into the field, especially in this situation, like Srinivas mentioned that we are not able to sell online, but there are now channels where, we are trying to get into those online deliveries also. There are a couple of companies whom I know very well. So one of the managing directors of one of the companies will be talking to me. So next, at least 6 Saturdays are blocked from my side. So all of you, please request, and all of you would be getting information on our discussions and activities. So please do join us. Thank you so much, and please take care. Though the lockdown is being little kind of relaxed, but I think it is up to us to see how we remain safe and make others safe. If required, educate others also that it's after all we need to be taking care of ourselves. I think last 2-3 months, that is what we have learned. Rather practice to be careful and to take care of yourself. Thank you so much, my friends, Nikhil ji, Sumit ji, Srinivas Garu, and Santosh, my friend, for taking out this time. And of course, a lot of coordination was required, and which you all cooperated so well. And audience are spellbound with this very lighter conversation what happened today, with any without any hesitation from all of you. It was I meant it. It was from heart from all of you. Thank you so much, and thank you, audience. See you in the next episode. Thank you, sir. Bye bye. Good night. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Sorry, not weekend. We are in the middle of the week. Been speaking Saturday. I went to the weekend.